DA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this New Year's Day matchup. It's the Bears and the Cowboys, and it's coming up next.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Bears in this one. They've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This one taken just inside the 10. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Again, he targets more. This one is complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too. They're
obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide. Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gay knocks this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's do this.
So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
On first down, Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. When you give up Mike McCarthy, pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So Mike McCarthy correct in his assessment there to challenge that ruling. Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll run on first down with Akers. That a good move, but only able to work it to the 20-yard line. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown. On the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Here's Cohen now to return.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 20 carries, 89 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Lawrence. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play action. It's Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this one is incomplete.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
He's going to air it out deep for Woods. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. A CD, I know. Second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw.
EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this New Year's Day matchup. It's the Bears and the Cowboys, next on Madden Football.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Very short kick taken right at the 20. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time.
Yeah, bitch.
They're led out by a former
Back
number
in his
2
hole.
overall pick in the draft
I need
from
sports center, bro. I
BYU,
don't want to
Zach
be
Wilson.
Let's go.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers.
Man.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Somebody's going to the first semifinal of a Grand Slam. Next on center court when we continue.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
McEnroe have the call of this ladies' quarterfinal.
Here's Wilson to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
2nd down and 4. On the handoff, running left is Akers. Akers has got the first down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 20 carries, 89 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, it's Henry. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
She's so creative when she plays. She just takes these shots out of her pocket, shots you've never seen before. And she just invents new shots. She knows every area.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Rolling to his left, and he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence looking for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Calvin Ridley. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Very, very good tournament. Has not been through to a major quarterfinal in the whole career.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
A big play there on the catch and run. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the jets, and took it all the way.
They'll look to run with Akers. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Cohen now to return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And that falls to the ground incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10.
Players get some strategies going. Well, on that point, you saw slice forehands, you saw slice backhands, you saw opposite forehands, and you saw two-handed backhand.
She does it from one shot to the next.
And she looks so comfortable gliding from side to side on the grass. Moves very well. She clocks that forehand when she has a chance. That's the big power shot. I mean, Onjabur could not have asked for a better opportunity to reach her first major final as she plays right now. Buskova's number 66 in the quarters today, with either the next round will be a number 97 or a number 103 in the semifinals. I mean, this is her best opportunity ever.
Jada, stop.
Oh, yes. Well, she's really looking to take that ball early, isn't she, Chrissy, when she can?
Yeah, she's trying to come into the net. The only hitch I see in Alana's game has been this is the second game, and she's made 4 unforced errors. Once in a while, she will make that unforced error. She has to forget about it and move on to the next point. And there's an unforced error. I think players that have so many shots to choose from often make more errors than players that,
You think that's part of the reason why it took her so long? I mean, not that long, but she's 27 to get to the top of the women's game, just all the variety coming together.
Yeah, no, for sure.
At their own 42. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, that'll be incomplete.
That's some bullshit. Yeah, you gotta throw that over my head, though. Yeah,
and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Wilson.
Out of bounds.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Chicago offense set to get started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence.
Oh, shit.
Look at this time for
That's good shit.
intercepted.
Tackle him, Robert Woods. Oh, you motherfucker.
Escapes the defender.
Oh.
And he takes this one
Oh,
back
bitch ass
into the
nigga
end
treating
zone.
me.
And
Fuck me. Oh, and I had that. Oh, man. Oh, it would have. I'm literally staring down.
Defense
I
has a touchdown.
got an opportunity to score too much of
the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field.
You see the captain?
Charles, it's the 2nd quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as a quarterback, but like I said, it's the 2nd quarter. So how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass, okay, that's cool, but he's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays? That's what they're looking for from him.
Time to find out if he can do just that. A solid stiff arm. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Lawrence. A very quick pass to Ridley. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They go play action with Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Throwing is Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A give to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Flush to his right. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Lawrence's throw here pulled in by Bowden. He's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. He'll get this complete to his running back, Bowden. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And to throw again is Lawrence. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run.
Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Lawrence.
He's got it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Second and 1 from the 2.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Derrick Henry in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bears have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Oh, shit.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
This is taken just shot.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Oh, my God.
The kick by Bass is good.
And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Deshaun Watson, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, we'll skip over to Louisiana. Check on the Saints at home in New Orleans. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. 2 touchdowns in that game for J.K. Dobbins. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check on their numbers on the...
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score them, garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays, and I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now, Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. Shifts by him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
This is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Robert Woods. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Bears will extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, 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 and finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. A solid first half for him, and so far a good start to the second half.
And I'm going to try not to go overboard with praise here, but I can't help it. He is playing so well. Really accurate with the ball, finding guys open downfield, and finding the end zone 3 times. That'll help offset the 1 interception.
Absolutely. Just that 1 pick with the 3 touchdowns so far. Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henry. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the shotgun, Lawrence flushed out right. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So backed up closer to the danger zone here from the 2. This is 2nd and long. On the give, this is Akers. He stiff arms him. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd.
There lies the difference. And she looks solid, too, doesn't she, on both sides? Technically, little can break down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's more. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll run forward.
Yeah, good job, everybody.
Depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Nice little dropper on the return there.
They don't taste their own medicine, as they would say. And you can feel her confidence growing, Marie's, can't you? As the match goes on.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Again, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's more. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down.
Nope. Good job. Good tackle.
That's more. And now this is going to be close.
Not
the
that close.
defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Lawrence from his end zone. Open man is Davidson, the tight end. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
Hey.
So for Chicago, they get a critical 10th win on the year with 1 game left to go.
All right, Jada.
eve of Nick Kyrgios's quarterfinal match tomorrow, his attorney has acknowledged that Kyrgios is due in an Australia court early next month to answer allegations of common domestic assault. This stems from an incident with a former girlfriend in late 2021. Kyrgios has not commented